Unit 10 of the MOOC, the role of social responsible investments in achieving sustainable development goals. In this unit, we will focus on the main tools that investors and asset managers can use to put social responsible investments into practice. We have grouped the main tools into the three categories you can see at your screens. The first one are those tools used for the structure and governance model of the financial instrument itself. The second one is focused on the analysis of ESG data and impacts. And the third one are those international initiatives that offer guidelines or specific tools for social responsible investors. In the first category of tools, we mainly focus on the ethics committee. In any investment process, it's essential to have an adequate control and supervision system. In the case of SRI, it's necessary to complement traditional financial supervision with an extra financial analysis that provides reliable information on the compliance of the SRI policy of the instrument. The main tool that can carry out with this data are the ethics committee. This committee may include representatives of investors, civil society, and academics who specialize in social and environmental issues. The committee should be constituted by ESG experts who are completely independent of asset managers. And the main responsibility of this committee is to monitor the compliance with the ESG criteria defined in the policy. But it also can recommend disinvesting in companies that do not comply with the fund's policy or that do not provide sufficient information on one or more of the aspects contained in the policy. If we focus in the second category, on these tools focused to ESG data and impacts, we can find social rating agencies, because for analyzing ESG data and impacts, asset managers or investors can directly conduct internal research looking for this kind of information. But it is expensive, it may be inefficient, but what is more important, it can also be questionable. So it's much more reliable and efficient to rely on the information provided by the social or ethical rating agencies, which analyze companies based on ESG criteria and helps investors to create portfolios using their own extra-financial criteria. Although social rating agencies started only focusing on ESG criteria, in recent years, some of them have been acquired by traditional rating and financial analysis agencies. But now we can find social rating agencies such as one you can see on your screens and the documents attached to this unit, which includes BDO Aries, MSCI, Sustainalytics, Standard & Poor's. The second main tools that investors and asset managers can find to analyze or to choose their investments according to their ESG performance and impacts are sustainable stock market indexes. Stock market indexes in general include a group of companies that comply with financial capitalization requirements. Sustainable stock market indexes add to these financial criteria a series of extra-financial or environmental, social, governance criteria that can investors to choose the best asset managers in which to invest according to its policy. Some of the main sustainable stock market indices are the ones you can see also at this screen, which are FTSE4Good, Russell FTSE4Good, MSCI, ESG indexes, Euronext by BDO Aries, Standard & Poor's ESG, and Dow Jones Sustainability Index. Now you can see, I hope you can see, at your screens, you can complement this page, you can see this image, you can see behind me, with information provided in the documents attached to this unit. Well, this image shows how a specific ESG index works. In this case, we are showing the FTSE Russell's ESG ratings. It consists on an overall rating that breaks down into underlying 3 pillars: environmental, social, and governance, and to thematic exposure to different themes, to 40 themes like biodiversity, climate change, customer responsibility, health and safety, or corporate governance issues. These pillars and themes are built on over 300 individually indicators assessments that are applied to each company's unique ESG risk exposure. By now, this rating includes over 4,000 securities in nearly 50 developed and emerging markets. And the third main tool that asset managers and investors can use to analyze ESG data and impacts are impact measurement tools. At Unit 11, we will see in more detail which are the main tools used by impact investors. Like, IRIS, impact, social return on investments. But now in this unit, we'll like to highlight the Sustainable Investment Framework, developed by the Cambridge Institute for Sustainable Leadership with Investment Leaders Group. Although it's difficult, and in some cases impossible, to apply impact measurement tools to any other SRI strategy or financial instrument apart from impact investment, this framework aims to do so. It pretends to be used, its objective is to use the framework from a broader perspective that allows to analyze the impact on different issues, different groups of impacts. Specifically, this framework includes 6 key themes and framework, which are climate stability, healthy ecosystems, resource securities, basic needs, well-being, and decent work. As I've told you, you have more in-detail information in the documents attached to this video.